When we decide to follow God's plan, there's some decisions that we will have to make. And especially if we decide to do anything like publishing, be it on a blog or a website, or we decide to have a YouTube channel. We have to decide whether we're going to be trendy or we're going to be contrary. Because what God might tell you to do might not be the trending stuff. So let's go. Hello, my name is Paula Simon, a believer who 25 plus years ago made a decision that changed my life, that strengthened my faith, and led to a closer walk with God. On this channel, we encourage women to be more proactive in their lives and embrace changes one step at a time. In last week's video, I encourage my viewers that we have a few more days remaining in 2020. And if they haven't started as yet, try to make 2020 the year for them. That as they reflect down the road, they will realize this is the year that I step out in faith, that I make a bold move. And although it's just a few days, if God been speaking to you for a while and he had given you an idea, you have enough to work on. And even if you don't have an idea, you don't know exactly what to do, but you were doing the work, you were talking to God, you prepare your frame of reference, your prayer of petition, you start looking at Google, you already have a prayer or a song or a book that helps you. You already down the road. And I'm telling you, if you're looking at this video and it's the first time, you still have enough time. Just talk to God and he will tell you what to do. And if you know in the earnest of your heart that is what you want to do, he will start you on your way. You might not be able to complete the project or complete the assignment or whatever it is for 2020, but you would start. But say, for instance, you have that idea and it's anywhere in between, as I said, publishing or produce a YouTube channel or videos. You will come into these phrases: SEOs, search engine optimization, keyword research. If it's a website, they will tell you that you have to make your website so it will flow easy for your visitors. You have to add value. You will hear things that your site or your video is not about you, it's to add value to other people. And all of these things are good. It is even better if it's aligned with what God tells you to do. If you look at your Yahoo, on the right hand side of that screen, right at the top, they will tell you what is trending. That is also what they said. Look to see what is trending. Again, what is trending is great if it aligns with what God tells you to do. As believers, guys, this is where we could run into a tight spot. I know personally that is what delayed my website for nearly 2 years, because what God was telling me to do and what they were telling me about the content, not the structure of the website, that was great, but the content of the website. How many different fonts I must have on the website? What kind of color would bring people and what color will turn people off? That was a problem for me. So as I listened to them, they're the expert, because I was clueless and still to an extent slightly. But as I build this website according to other direction, I run into problem because I get in this ease. I know it wasn't right. So I'll feel good about it, and then about within half an hour, I start getting this crashing feelings again, because it was not representing what God was telling me to do. He finally said, why not make a website about yourself? Next day I go on YouTube. You don't make anything about yourself. Nobody's interested in you. They just come to listen or they come to read about something that could help them. And I went back and forth with it. In a weird way, I got to be grateful for COVID-19, because this pandemic placed an emergency in me, an urgency. I have to get things done. So I went back to that website. Mind you, it's something that I was paying for nearly 2 years. And I had just paid for my hosting in February when we had the whole shutdown in March. And I decided there and then, I don't have the luxury of looking at what I'm supposed to do and what I'm not supposed to do. I'm going to make a website to celebrate me. And guys, that was a revelation for me, because I'm not noted for celebrating me. I would celebrate everybody. My mother wasn't like that. She looked after everyone else. So I take that pattern from her. And it was normal. As I said in previous videos, we have certain habits that we think it's okay. But when we start on this walk, God reveals to us where we going wrong. And that was one of the things I just couldn't get it, because they're telling me to make the website about other people, which I'm versed in and comfortable with. So every time I go down that road, I will get this disease. Remember, I'm asking God for guidance. I don't want to be out of his path. So as this disease come in, I know I'm on the wrong track, but what was the right track? Then he revealed to me, and even then I didn't get it. As I said, COVID-19 came and I had to get things done. So I decided to publish a website about myself. What I like, what I don't like, what I'm passionate about, whether it's books, music, food, my couponing, everything, that the colors, everything was about me. It was liberating. And that was the first time in my entire life, as long as I could remember, that I was excited and I did something exactly for me. And that was a website. When he started talking to me about this YouTube channel, because I had passed through the process, because I had learned from that, it was easy when I get to YouTube, because again, keyword research. What is trending? You look at whatever is the keyword and what is trending, then you build your video, or you build everything around that. When I start looking about bold living, I think I saw about 4 or 5 other videos. And if I rightly remember, none of the videos was, say for instance, was published in the last 4 months or 3 months or 5 months. The ones is 2 or 3 years. Bold living was not trending. Again, I had to make a decision, but that decision for the channel was easier than the website, because I had already passed through that. I decided to start a channel about what God speaks to me about. Guys, I said before, I say it now, and I will always say it. God pays whatever he orders. And if we align ourselves with God's plan, if our video is supposed to be viral, it will be viral. If we're supposed to get 10,000 subscribers, we would get 10,000 subscribers. If we're supposed to be speaking all over the world, whatever it is, whichever area, if it's not a video or a website, if it's that people say, oh, no one is drinking hot chocolate in summer, but God telling you make hot chocolate in summer, you go ahead and make hot chocolate in summer. Because we looking at what is trending, never stopping to think that perhaps God wants you to be the trendsetter. Every trend started somewhere. Who tell you as a child of God, who's leaning on him for understanding, that you're supposed to follow everybody else's trend? No disregard to YouTube, no disregard to Google, because these people are big. They spend maybe millions of dollars on doing research, and they build program on that research. But you know who's bigger than Google and YouTube? God is. God is. If we look in the Bible, he parted the Red Sea. He changed the weather pattern when he stopped the storm. So what make you think that he can take your one video or your article or whatever dish he told you in your heart to prepare, and whatever accolade he has in store for you, no one could keep it from you? So that is the mindset we have to have. And especially if we're looking at accomplishing something before the year end and we're doing all this research. Guys, it could get to you. But everything you have to run it through what God tells me. And when God knows in your heart that you honestly seeking his guidance and his direction, he has no problem telling you, don't put, regardless of what they said, don't put this in the dish, or don't do that, or don't have to have a website that to please everyone else. I'm his child. Why can't I celebrate myself? Especially someone who never did. So with the website, with this YouTube channel, and it's every day. At this point, I stop. Again, it might be wrong. Who knows? If YouTube hear this video, they might take me off the platform. I stop looking at what's trending. What's trending and what my father tell me to say has nothing. It could be together, but then if it's not, I'm about my father's business. And that is my goal. Providing the time he has me here on earth and the time he have you here on earth is because certain things he need to get done, he need us as his foot soldiers to get it done. And providing we are open and we reveal to him that we're looking for his guidance and protection, and we don't want to be out of his plan, he would do it for us. So I will advise you, regardless of what area, look at what's trending if you want to, but you be the contrary one because you serving someone who's higher and greater than anything out there. If we look at it, guys, our father was the original contrarian. Remember when he went into the house of worship, the temple, and upturned all those tables where the people were gambling? You mean to tell me what he was doing was trending? No, it was trending to gamble in the temple. It was contrary to go and disrupt the people's money. Guys, in modern day, he could get shot. There would have been a contract out on his life. He disturbed people's moon eyes. The next thing too, he had the balls and the nerves to heal on a Sabbath. No one was healing on Sabbath. That was not trendy. It was contrary. He was the original contrarian. Why? He was about his father's business. He knew he was serving a higher power. He had no time with whether or not persons might perceive it as wrong. He knew it was wrong. And he was not following the crowd. We're his children. We're saying that we want to, Father, we want your plan for our lives. And we want to get all our direction, and we need leaning not to our own understanding. In all our ways, we acknowledge in you. So chances are you might be trendy. Chances are you might be contrary. There's pros to be sitting with the cool kids. If you're going to the trendy, there's the cool kids. You might get viewers early, your channel might grow, and all of these sort of good stuff. But there's a con to that, especially if you continue asking God for guidance. He might very well say, okay, I'm telling you to make a video about black and white monkeys. You want to go with the pink cats because that is the trending. Go ahead. He might leave you, let you go. Take it from me. Sometime down the road, you will start getting a disease. It can be worse than what you were going through when you started your walk. Why? Because you got all the accolades. You have so much subscribers. People might be referring to you. You might be collaborating with other big YouTubers or whatever it is, whoever it is in your industry. You're doing all of that. And then God starts telling you, you need to go back to black and white monkeys. You need to go back to black and white monkeys. Then the whole thoughts of getting up to write or getting up to film another video about pink cats. Who knows? The trend might be changing to green cats by that time. It becomes a burden. How are you going to tell your subscribers now, I don't want to talk about pink cats or green cats anymore. I want to talk about black and white monkeys. When you could have eased yourself, all of that from jump start. You did the work. You ask God for guidance. You focus on his words. You prepare your frame of reference. You did your prayer of petition. You start Googling. You did the groundwork. You got your foundational tools. And when things look a little, I don't know if it's work, but go right back to your frame of reference. God, you help me with this. God, you help me with that. And all these things you help me with is even more greater or I could say harder than what I'm doing now. So if you came through then, you're going to come through now. We could prevent ourselves from a lot of stress. Serving God is simple, but it's not easy. We have to get with what God tells us. So guys, I hope this video would be of help. And it is very, very important. This is where we could miss our mark. This is where we could lose what God have in store for us. You don't have to be trendy. You don't have to be trending. You don't have to follow the trend. You could be the trendsetter. It might look slow. It might look like it's taking long. But sometimes, if that's God's plan for you, you would be the trendsetter. So, guys, thank you so much for listening. And if no other video, I pray that this would be the one. Because I had 2 years of anguish. A virus made me change. There might not be another virus to help you. And it nearly 2 for me, it could be 10 for you if you try to deviate from what God tells you to do. So if you like this video, share it. Let me know in the comment section how helpful it is. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification button. And if you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. So guys, have a blessed week and I see you next Monday. Bye.